Howdy, kinfolk. Welcome back to Keeping It Neat. I am Derek, Executive Bourbon Steward.
I'm Nick, Certified Bartender.
And we are here today to do we were challenged by Jay from Bourbon and a Baby with a Support Your Local Distillery Challenge. Basically what this is it's with all these times going on right now with our COVID pandemic going on. This is to help out our local distilleries who are, probably out there helping make some hand sanitizer, which I know quite a few of them are, and just to give them some support in these tough times where they're actually closed down. They're still making their bourbons and whiskeys and whatnot, but they're just closed. But a lot of them are doing curbside pickup right now, and I know that quite a few of them are. So this is in response to Jay's challenge to us, which actually came from Prestige Liquids in Australia, who has a nice little channel himself, does quite a few of the different whiskeys also, the reviews. So go check him out. Everything will be down in the links below. Also have all this information that we're going to give you in the links below. So Nick, we're going to get started. And we've actually done a couple of these whiskeys on the show already.
Yes,
so,
we have.
Yes, we have. We did. The first one we're going to highlight is going to be Boy Distillery out of our hometown. Well, the Boston, not my hometown, but you're thinking of the state of Massachusetts where me and Nick are from. You think Boston. That's where everyone thinks of. And they're out of Boston. And we did review their whiskey on one of our shows. And it was very good. We both enjoyed it. I was going to look and see what our scores were. I'll have to see if I can find it, and I'll put them up here too. But I think
it was like a 4 or something I gave it. Like, we really liked it.
Yeah, we liked it. Really good. So,
we did the blue one. We didn't do – they have another bottle. And I did actually, when I was at the store the other day, saw both of them next to each other. And I don't remember what the difference – I think the blue one we had was it a bottled differently or something?
It was a bourbon. It was the one that we did was their bourbon whiskey or malt bourbon with something like that. I know. Then I'll have the bottle up in here. But yeah, they're out of Boston, Massachusetts. They have the distillery there, and they also have one out of Roxbury, I do believe, also. But I'll have their address and information up here. And I know that they were helping out during the pandemic. They were making some hand sanitizer and those types of things. So, so definitely if you're in the area or you have an availability to grab it, definitely grab a bottle of their stuff. Now, the other two we came up with that we were thinking about, maybe we'll give an honorable mention also later on to one other one because Jay did that too. So I'm going to steal off him a little bit. But Sons of Liberty out of South Kingstown, Rhode Island is a great little distillery. Started a lot of my whiskey drinking using some of their whiskeys that they produce. They actually just started making a bottled in bond. They have 3 different bottled in bonds. Their Battle Cry, their Uprising, and they have a corn whiskey, which is a bottled in bond, which is interesting because up until really this year, I do believe they started making that. They had none of those. All of their whiskeys were fairly young, maybe a year and a half old tops. So I'm pretty excited because to go grab a couple of those bottles on the bottled in bond ones, because those are at least 4 years old, as you know, and they're going to be 100 proof. So the proof's going to be up there with those. Again, got a chance to go down to that distillery with the Bourbon Babe one day. We did the little distillery. It's very small. If you're ever in the area, you can go there. It won't take you long. They have a nice little bar set up. They have make some mixed cocktails and whatnot. But when we were talking to them, we were telling them about our humble little show we do here. And the gentleman that was doing the tour with us said, "Oh, hold on one second. Let me get you something." What did he get me? Oh, boy. Oh, I got me. I got me
That's
a barrel.
Incredible.
So he gave me a little barrel. It's got the Sons of Liberty logo.
The way you were talking, I really was expecting you to be like, gosh, it was so hard.
Nope. He actually gave us one of their barrels that they use to age their whiskeys in, which I thought was so cool. Brought it home. Yeah, not bad at all. They're a nice little local distillery. Again, all information will be down below in the description. So if you wanted to go check these places out, you can. I'll also have links to their websites. And the last and final one that we're going to do for our shout out for our Support Your Local Distillery is from Connecticut. Now, these are all in New England. Me and Nick are New England boys, so sometimes you do have to travel. There are a few distilleries in Massachusetts, but you kind of got to spread yourself out a little. So this is the Litchfield Distillery Company. They're in Litchfield, Connecticut. They make a lot of great product. Up until a little while ago, they were all sourced. They were sourcing their whiskey, but they were making their own. So they're in that process of getting ready to, they're going to be having some of their own juice coming out. in a little while, but you know how it takes. It takes a little bit of time to do all that, for the aging and whatnot. So they were sourcing their whiskey, but they have some really good stuff. We've actually done a review on that. I'll have that up above me and Nick too. We did the Litchfield cask strength bourbon whiskey. They had one of those. So
I still can't get that right.
Yeah, I still can't get it either. I don't know. It'll be up above Nick's head. If I could just say Nick's head, wherever Nick is, that's where it's going to be.
You should literally put it right here.
Definitely a place worth checking out. They have some really good stuff. Again, I don't know what their distribution is like, where they're available and whatnot, how far spread out they've gotten. But I know it was hard for me to find some of their stuff, even being in Massachusetts. I got a lot of their product from Rhode Island, hitting some different spots.
Mm-hmm.
But they have last year they had a 10-year-old double barrel bourbon. They have their cask strength. They have their regular bourbon. They also make gins and they make a vodka. They have a lot of different stuff that they do too. Also a nice little distillery to do a tour at. It's actually very nice. Me and Bourbon Bay Becker again on one of our outings there from us. It's about an hour and a half, 45-minute drive to get to them. And definitely worth it. They take you in the back. You get to try the whiskey right out of the barrel strength, which is when they put it out, I think it was like 130 something proof there.
Wow.
Barrel strength that we had tried. So yeah, it's pumped up there. It's a nice little place, very friendly. And again, it's a small distillery. So, it's pretty, it's personal. Everybody that works there all the time. It's not a huge giant conglomeration of people. It's a small place. So it's all the same people all the time. So Nick, I was thinking, maybe we'd have a runner up or, a mention. Do you have anybody local that you'd like to mention that for a distillery, if you can think of, a place? Because we have done a few local.
You'd have to list off a few of the New England ones.
We did the single malt whiskey out of Dirty Water Distillery in Plymouth.
Dirty Water wasn't bad.
Yeah, Dirty Water was good. They had a single malt, which is, as you know, it's a Scotch basically is what they were pushing out there. So they're trying their interpretation of a Scotch whiskey.
It was called The Bachelor, right?
The Bachelor, correct,
yeah,
sir.
That was pretty good. Yeah.
And I know that they're a local distillery, and at the time they were also doing the hand sanitizer, getting it out to the local folks for emergency personnel and whatnot, so that they would be able to have hand sanitizer when we were going through that whole big shortage. And so now it comes the time where we have to give our challenges to a couple of other YouTube channels and maybe a blog channel, really. I was going through, and a lot of people have already done this, so I'm trying to keep it to some of the channels that we talk to all the time. So the first one's going to be Jody from Bourbon Bounty. We challenge him to come up with a couple of local distilleries by him that he thinks are noteworthy in his area that he'd like to support. And also, our next one is going to be the guys from Rickhouse Ramblings. They check out their blog site. They do whiskey reviews, so they can just do a little review to support their local distilleries in their area. And we're going to challenge those two groups. So other than that, do you have anything else, my friend?
I actually would challenge other viewers of ours. If you haven't already, go like, subscribe, tune in to us everywhere. But also, if you have any sort of suggestions of different local distilleries that you know, or places you've been that are local distilleries you want to shout out, let us know. Put in the comments, share it on our Facebook group. Do it. Let us know, because we would love to reach out to these different businesses and try their different what they have to offer. So,
yep, definitely. So that's going to be it for us. Me and Nick don't have any whiskeys to toast with, but we're going to give you our out like we always do. Here's hoping that you all find a little bit of luxury
in otherwise ordinary life.
Thanks, everyone.
Take care.
If you are ready and able to whiskey, be sure to drop a comment below. Hit those like and subscribe buttons and press notifications. Also follow Keeping It Neat on Instagram. Thanks for watching, kinfolk.